for them, how they should behave and how they should act, etc. Back in the 90s, Canada and the US and all British Commonwealth countries bought in. I mean, Canada alone bought 5 Super Cray computers. Australia did the same thing. These were owned by the post office, of all places. And they created massive buildings for them. No one could tell us what they were for, because one Super Cray computer could handle all the data of everyone in the US and Canada. And it turns out it was for the coming ID cards that we're now hearing about. This is back in the 90s. They were already building the facilities for it. We're simply living through an agenda, and it's the politicians' job simply to con us to go along with it, thinking it's under the guise of terrorism.
Absolutely, and we'll be back to discuss that on the other side. It's the Alex Jones Show. All right, folks, we are back. It's the Alex Jones Show. I'm Jason Bermas sitting in. We're joined by Alan Watt of CuttingThroughTheMatrix.com. And, you know, the Bilderberg meeting, where a lot of these elites get together and really codify their agenda. We'll be meeting in about 1 week over in, I think it's going to be in Greece this year. And we reported a couple weeks ago that I think it was Enyan Devnier saying that they had created the euro through the Bilderberg Group. Now, remember, the Bilderberg Group didn't exist, and then they said, oh, it's just a golf club, and they don't set any policy there. Obvious lies. However, right now, and this is stories over at PrisonPlanet.com, leaked 1955 Bilderberg documents outline plan for a single European currency almost 40 years before it was codified in 1992. Now, this isn't a surprise to you or me, Alan, but it really does speak to the fact that these guys are the policymakers. They are people who believe that they are our lords, our gods, the people who should rule over us, the masses, the sheeple, the chattel, if you will. I mean, those are the names they call us, and this is just a further illustration that they are the puppet masters behind the scenes.
They're certainly one of the main groups, there's no doubt about it, but even John Maynard Keynes in the mid-40s, when they were setting up the Bretton Woods Agreement for the monetary system, when he said this is part 1, part 2 will be a global monetary system, he said it also, too, that the trading blocks that they would build up from then on, because they already planned to unite Europe and during World War II, he said that they'll bring in a unitary currency for Europe and then one for the Americas later, and also a global currency, although he said they wouldn't see the global currency in his lifetime. That would be the next century, which is now. As I say, we're living through a script, and when you find their old books, you have no doubt about it whatsoever.
So what do you think is going to be on the agenda this year at the Bilderberg Group? I mean, again, they meet in a week. In my mind, you know, there's 144 public members. So, you know, it's kind of like this compartmentalized group of people, very small. And then in another month or so, they're going to be meeting at the Bohemian Grove when you have 3,000 people there. And those people who are at the Bilderberg Group will give their agenda to their underlings at the Bohemian Grove. So you have a system where it's a need-to-know system. Some people are more in the know than others, and the people in the Bohemian Grove, most of them are less in the know, say, than those that attended the Bilderberg conference. They're given an agenda, they're given a job to carry out, but they may not know why.
Mm-hmm. And also, too, I think the thing will be the true bringing up of the International Monetary Fund to its proper place. They've already admitted they're going to be the world's issuers of currency. That'll be part 1, but also the biggest part 2 is also population control. Now, they're really on a roll to get the public to accept they must have population reduction by government law and order, etc. Yeah.
Absolutely. And, you know, we played some of those clips because we had one of those heckler callers in the beginning go, oh, they want to kill 80% of us. Well, those are in their own documents. And you've got Ted Turner running around saying there's already too many people on the planet and we need a sustainable society. Then we actually have the World Sustainable Society, this organization with Gordon Brown and others, including the global warming czar of the Obama administration, who's openly for global governance. And in these groups, they say, well, we're just going to have to take the population down. We have people talking about taking the population from the UK from, it's at 60 million officially, it's probably more like 70 million, down to 30 million by 2027. How is that going to be possible unless they sterilize everybody and kill half the population?
Yeah, well, they're already sterilizing people. They've admitted that now. It's happening. It's just pure coincidence they were putting the very agents to sterilize us in the water and in the food since 1950, and obviously the inoculations as well certainly helped along the way. But now they're going into, they want the right now to mandate who can breed, who cannot breed. Because it's not a matter of overpopulation. And all those statistics, remember, have been fudged since the days of Malthus. He used graphs and charts and fake statistics. But that doesn't matter as long as the public believe it, because we must acquiesce by our silence to their demands. They want the right to literally sterilize people. And that's been in the British newspapers quite recently. So that's really what it's all about. It's not there's too many people, it's too many of the wrong sort of people, the ones who haven't evolved as far as those at the Bilderberger.
Yeah, no, they honestly believe that they should rule over us. They're smarter than us. They're more intelligent than us. And then we are just, we're cannon fodder for them. And we are being groomed to be either dead or a slave race to serve them. And I don't know about you, but I'm not going to be licking any boots. I'm not going to be sucking my thumb in a fetal position, just waiting for them to give me a Baxter vaccination that's going to save me from the oh so dangerous swine flu. Oh no, the swine flu is going to get us. Meanwhile, we don't have any, let me repeat this, any deaths in the United States. The 2-year-old boy that died had chronic health problems. He was a premature baby. He was from Mexico. And we played you the clip where the Associated Press tries to say that swine flu killed this woman, and then they have to go, oh, well, actually it didn't. They're falling short of that. We'll be back after this, taking your calls with Alan Watt.
We're on the march. The empire's on the run. Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network.
You are a rebel, admit it. You refuse to read the directions when assembling a new item. You won't ask for directions when you're lost. Once in a while, you drive in the carpool lane with only you in the car. Your neighbors call you a crackpot. And you can count your real friends on one hand. Well, join the club. Einstein failed math, quit school, and his rebel ideas led to some of the world's most amazing discoveries. Edison rebelled against the dark, failed over 1,000 times, then invented the light bulb. George Washington rebelled against an entire country and led the creation of a new one. Now, Alex Jones is working to save that very country. So go ahead, be a rebel. Put in a food supply from efoodsdirect.com. Everyone will realize you were not a nutcase after all. efoodsdirect.com. If you're going to pick something to stand for, be sure you have enough food to keep on standing. 800-409-5633. efoodsdirect.com. That's 800-409-5633.
In the New World Order's war against humanity, Barack Obama is the tip of the spear.
We've got to have a civilian national security force that's just as powerful, just as strong, just as well-funded.
The Obama deception completely destroys the myth that Obama is working for the best interest of the American people.
Well, Obama's already fudging. He's fudged since day one in this election.
If you have a demagogue with a fanatical mass movement of personality cultists who is imposing the program of a group of extreme bankers and finance oligarchs, that's fascism.
It's not about left or right. It's about a one-world government. This film documents who Obama works for, the lies he has told, and his real agenda. Get your copy of The Obama Deception today at Infowars.com or download it in super high quality at PrisonPlanet.tv. The Obama Deception. The people strike back.
You already know that drinking pure, high-alkaline pH water is the most important factor in maintaining high energy and vibrant health. Most experts agree that the water you drink should be at a pH level of 8 or higher. AlkaVision Plasma pH drops combine a unique formula of the most alkaline ingredients. Using plasma pH drops is one of the best ways to make your water alkaline, to help you get rid of acid and regain your health and energy. Simply put 10 drops per liter of water you drink to raise the pH to the ultimate level. Alkalizing water helps your body rid itself of acidic waste and increases the oxygen content of your body. Disease organisms like bacteria and cancer cannot survive in an alkaline, high pH environment. Order your bottle of AlkaVision Plasma pH drops now by going directly to alkavision.com. That's ALKAvision.com. Or by calling 269-216-9767. 269-216-9767 today.
folks, we are back. It's the Alex Jones Show. We're joined by Alan Watt of CuttingThroughTheMatrix.com. We've had some callers on for a couple hours, and I apologize for that, but we're going to take your calls right now for myself and Alan Watt. Let's go to Stephen in Texas. Stephen, you're on the line.
Yeah, hey, Jason, and hey, Alan. Just want to say, first of all, Jason, I want to correct you on some from this guy 3 hours earlier. I got his real name, this heckler. His real name is his first name.
I don't want you to give it out. We know who it is, and a lot of people who are listening know who it is. I don't want to give him more attention than he already has. You know, he hasn't called in months and months and months, but it's just ridiculous. I mean, come on. I mean, he wants to sit here and act like a child on the program. Meanwhile, all we're doing is reading mainline news sources and articles and playing their own video clips with words coming out of their own mouths.